Welcome to the next part. Now we are discussing gravitational field and the intensity of the gravitational field. We know that the gravitational force of Earth is able to attract any object lying on its surface or near its surface without having any physical contact with the other object. So, how the Earth is able to apply this attractive force onto the other objects even if there is no physical contact? The answer to this lies in this concept which we call as action at a distance concept. The action at a distance concept indicates that Earth has created an invisible force around itself which we normally call as the field. And this field is rising responsible for the gravitational force is known by the name gravitational field. And this field exists around every object which possesses mass. So every material object has this gravitational field existing around it. Greater the mass of the body, greater will be the gravitational field, and hence greater will be the gravitational force of attraction of that body. So, according to action at a distance concept, two bodies are able to interact with each other. That is, they are able to apply force on each other without having any physical contact. That is due to the existence of their respective fields and interaction between the two. So, whenever two bodies are placed close to each other, they will have their respective gravitational fields around them, and when the gravitational field of the two interacting bodies they also interact with each other, in that case that interaction give rise to the force of gravitation. So according to the concept of gravitational field, every material object is first creating an invisible force around it, and this invisible force arises due to its mass. We call it as the gravitational field. So any object, any other material object which also possess mass, and it will also have gravitational field around it, when it will be brought in the gravitational field of some other object, the two fields will interact, giving rise to the force of attraction. We know that the gravitational force is inversely proportional to square of the distance between the center of the two bodies, and it becomes zero only at the infinity, when the distance between the two objects become equal to infinite. So this force, because it arises due to the existence of the gravitational field, this means that gravitational field of an object also extends from the center of that body up to the infinity. Hence gravitational field or gravitational force, they are long range forces. The gravitational field intensity at any point is actually the strength of the gravitational field of an object at a point near to it. So gravitational field intensity at any point due to a given mass can be defined as the force experienced by a unit mass placed at that point, provided its own gravitational field does not disturb the original gravitational field. So here in this figure, we have a spherical body of mass m, which whose center lies at the point O. We want to measure the gravitational field of this body at the point A. In order to measure the gravitational field, we have placed a body of unit mass at the point A. In this case, the gravitational force of attraction between the two bodies will be given as F equal to gmm over r square. Then, by definition, the intensity of the gravitational field at the point A, it will be E, gravitational field intensity, force per unit mass. So if we divide the force with the mass m, we have gmm over r square, m get cancelled, and the gravitational intensity comes out to be gm over r square. So here in this equation we observe that mass small m of the body present at the point A is not arriving in the expression because the gravitational force of attraction, which contains both the masses of the given body whose field intensity we have to measure and which is present in the field of the given mass, that is small m present in the field of capital M, it arises due to the interaction interaction of the fields between these two masses, whereas gravitational field intensity is actually the invisible force around the body present at the point O. So that's why the mass small m is missing in this particular expression. We have also written in the definition that the value of this mass present at the point A, it should be very small because the force of attraction arises due to interaction between the gravitational field between the two bodies. So in this case, if the mass present at the point A, it will also have its gravitational field around it. So when it is going to interact with the gravitational field of the body present at the point O, when this interaction will take place at the point A, it is going to change the value of gravitational field intensity. That is the original value. So in order to measure the actual value, the gravitational field of the mass small m at A should not disturb or change the gravitational field of the mass capital M at the point A. So for doing that, the value of the mass small m should be as small as possible. Moreover, if we look at the equation E equal to gm over r square, dimensionally this equation is matching with the expression of acceleration due to gravity. That is, the gravitational field intensity at any point near a body is actually representing the acceleration due to gravity at that point. So this is also directly proportional to the mass of the body, but inversely proportional to square of the distance between the body and the observation point. We know that Earth is always attracting any object always towards its center. So this gravitational intensity E, it will always be directed towards the center of the earth. So the gravitational intensity is actually a vector quantity having the direction same as that of the gravitational force, that is towards the center of the earth. So in the vector form we can write it as E vector equal to gm over r square into r unit vector, where unit vector r cap is pointing towards the center of the earth, that is in the direction of increase of the gravitational field intensity. Therefore, at the surface of earth, if observation point A lies on the surface of earth, there r will be equal to the radius of earth. So in this case, E will be equal to gm over r square. So in this case, acceleration due to gravity and gravitational intensity, they are dimensionally the same thing. Let us now define and find expression for the gravitational potential energy. We have already known that gravitational potential energy is the energy possessed by a body when it is moved against the gravitational force of attraction of the earth. So this energy which arises due to the change in the position of the body by doing work against the gravity of the earth, we call it as the gravitational potential energy. We can define it like this: gravitational potential energy of body at any point is the amount of work done in bringing a body from infinity to that point in the gravitational field of the other body without producing any acceleration in it. This means that in this case we have to bring a body of mass m from infinity, and we have to place it at a point p at a distance r from the center of our earth. So when the body will be brought from infinity to the point p, we have to do work against the force of gravity of the earth. So potential energy is not the energy in which we are moving the body from infinity to the p, but it is actually energy which we have to spend in order to keep the body to be present at the point p in the stationary state against the gravity of the earth, because gravity of earth will always be trying to attract the body toward that center. So what energy we have to spend to keep it at the point p against the force of gravity towards the center of the earth, this will be the gravitational potential energy. So in order to find the expression for it, suppose when the body is being moved from infinity to the point p at any instant of the time, it is present at the point a, which is at a distance x from the center of the earth. So the force of attraction between the earth having the mass m and the body which is brought from infinity, the force of attraction between the earth and the body at the point a, it will be gmm over x square. So this force is acting in vertically downward direction toward the center. Suppose under this force body suffers a small displacement dx from point A to B. In this case, the work which we have to do against this force in order for the displacement dx of the body, it will be dw equal to f dx, which will be gmm over x square into dx. Then the total work we can obtain by integrating this equation from the starting point to the final point, that is from infinity to the point p, where p is at distance r from the center of earth. So total work done, it will be integral of dw from 0 to w. Total work done will be w at the point p, and it will be 0 at the point infinity. So it will be equal to gmm over x square dx, integral limit from infinity to r. Taking gmm outside, we have integral of 1 by x square dx from infinity to r. This we can write as w equal to gmm into minus 1 by x limit from infinity to r, which will be minus gmm, minus is taken outside, we have 1 by r minus 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is 0, so work done it will be minus gmm over r. This is nothing but the gravitational potential energy. So here you are observing that gravitational potential energy of a body, which we usually represent it with letter u, is directly proportional to product of the masses and inversely proportional to the first power of the distance. Moreover, there is a negative sign present in the equation. The negative sign present in the equation, it tells about the nature of the force present between the body of mass capital M and small m. And negative sign indicates that the force is attractive in nature. If expression for potential energy contains a positive sign, remember the forces involved in the system of the bodies they will be repulsive in nature. So by just looking at the sign associated with the potential energy of a system of two or more bodies, we can also identify the type of the forces present inside the bodies. Moreover, potential energy is inversely proportional to the distance. So as the distance is increasing, the value of the potential energy also increases. So as r is increasing, u also increases, and maximum value of u is equal to 0 at r equal to infinity. So we see that as the value of r increases, potential energy is also increasing. It is increasing, not decreasing, because negative sign is there. So the negativity is reducing, it is approaching towards the zero, so gravitational potential energy is decreasing. So maximum potential energy in case of a tactile system is present when the bodies are separated by infinite distance that is equal to 0. Moreover, if the mass is to be moved from a certain point which is present at a distance r1 to another point which is present at a distance r2, in this case the change in the gravitational potential energy will be delta u equal to integral of gmm over x square dx from r1 to r2, which after solving we can write in the positive sign as gmm 1 over r1 minus 1 over r2. So from this equation, if r1 is greater than r2, delta u is negative. That means when body is brought closer to the earth, its potential energy is decreasing. If r1 is less than r2, delta u is positive. Body is moved away from the earth, so potential energy increases. Now, if body is moved from the surface of earth to at any point which is present at height h above the surface of earth, that is, if body is initially present at the surface of earth, then the distance of the body from the center of earth will be equal to its radius of the earth. If body is moved to at height h above the surface of earth, then its effective distance from the center of earth, it will be equal to r plus h. So in this case, the change in the gravitational potential energy will be gmm 1 over r minus 1 over r plus h. Taking r from the denominator common, we have gmm over r 1 minus 1 over 1 plus h by r. We can write it as gm over r 1 minus 1 plus h by r raised to power minus 1. So if we use binomial theorem to the second term, we have 1 minus 1 minus h over r. If we open the bracket, we get 1 minus 1 plus h by r. 1 get cancelled. So delta u is equal to gmm h over r square, which we can further write as gm over r square separated from m into h, and we know that gm over r square is nothing but the acceleration due to gravity. So change in gravitational potential energy become equal to g into mh or we can simply write as delta U equal to mgh. So here we observe that the expression for the gravitational potential energy mgh is valid only when the height of the body above the ground is very small as compared to the radius of earth. But if they are not comparable, if they are comparable, in that case we will be using this equation to find the value of value of gravitational potential energy.